another stream. This time it is Tuesday night, which means we're at the beginning of a fight week for a new week, that being UFC Vegas 117, our new card for the week, our new topic for the week. And oh, what a topic it is. A card that is not good and is somehow changing every 5 minutes, it seems. So, great. We're going to talk about it and break it down for the first time, give out my picks. Not going to talk about betting odds or finishing predictions, but I will break down the fights and talk about who I am picking to win said fight. We'll look at the fight news update we've had over the last week. I think 9 fights, if I'm correct, from what I just counted 2 minutes ago. And obviously we'll get the rankings update as well after 328. So Tuesday night, probably the most loaded in terms of things that we talk about and do, and I'm very excited to talk about and do all 3 of those things like we always do. So why waste any time and into this shit, shall we? Sounds like we should, so let's do it. Get the screen share up. Ta-da! So about 20 seconds there for a screen share tonight. Yeah, happens. And I feel like going a dark background is very fitting since the UFC fails to use color at this point, so why should I? So, actually, this is still more color than they fucking use, so I'll tell you. But we're gonna see some very bright screens tonight. Again, we're going to talk about UFC Vegas 117. Break that down a little bit. And they're depressing as poster. We are going to talk about the fight news we got over the last week, which again is 9 fights, I believe. So, we'll talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about the ranking update. Like we always do, start off Tuesday night party. Talk about the ranking update following UFC 328. Who's up? Who's down? Who's ranked? Who's not? Talk about what happened. Beginning with the pound for pound rankings. Sean Strickland's back in them at number 8. Joshua Van's up to 9, which is good to see. And Hamzat's all the way down to 10 after his first loss. So he's down to 10th. Strickland get up in there. Flyweight. What else? Fiend Malott MVP down. So Mostov's in top 10. One of these two. So and Liana within the big ones, the middleweight is back on top. Hamza Drake is not for some reason. You know, he is the better fighter, but he just lost. So. Middleweight, nothing else too crazy there. And it's crazy to think by this time in, what, a month or so. The fuck? Oh. Thank you, Stevie. Why is my audio going funky? Huh. On StreamYard, no less. Yeah, everything's normal. How weird. That's weird. With StreamYard is what kind of shocked me, because StreamYard never really has issues like this, so that's weird. Hopefully it can fix itself, because I'm not really sure what to do with StreamYard, so hopefully, maybe it was just like trying to load shit. Now, hopefully it can get better. But yeah, how weird. Again, with StreamYard, the audio would cut out. Fucking weird. So, yeah, this shit's not easy. this bullshit is not easy. But what also isn't easy is understanding the UFC's rankings. So, but as I was gonna say, the middleweight division, it's weird to think that within like a month we have ranked together. So yeah, that's strange. What the fuck's going on? What is that? The UFC site fucking up? It must be the UFC site, because like, yeah, how fucking weird. They really don't want me to make this goddamn point, do they? Because okay, I think because I can watch it on my TV when that fucking bubble happens around my logo. I know I'm talking. I think we're good now. I think just some things were not fully loaded for some reason. So again, this shit's not easy on a fucking shoestring budget. I don't even have the shoestrings. So, you know, great. But to the point I'm trying to make, it's crazy that Dolidze, Paulo, DeRitter, Whitaker, and Hobbs are all going to be gone from this division and ranking within, what, a month or so, because they're all going up to light heavyweight. So someone from middleweight has to drop back down, or drop down, maybe Yuri, and make it a fair trade. So off the wagon again and into a power line. The fuck? Damn, that's crazy. Fucking, yeah. Crazy. Speaking of light heavyweight, Volkan Ozdemir moved up to Dominic Reyes, fell down to... Yeah, I guess the UFC's not really happy with Reyes after that Walker win, so they're moving him down for a guy in Volkan who... I think he's going to have a win. Was Menifield his last fight? I think so. So, interesting. And Johnny Walker down to 14, another guy who's going to be in a new division very soon. So, as he is moving up to heavyweight finally. So, interesting stuff there. And, yeah, not much more to say there for heavyweight. Fortune jumped Alicia and Brando jumped Teixeira. I have no issue with either of those two things. Cool. Rose and Jasmine jumped over Macy Baba. Sounds pretty fair. Well, I don't know, Rose should have jumped over her, but at least Jasmine makes sense. So Rose and Jazz into the top 6, Barber out of the top 5. No shocker there. And for a second week in a row since she's fought Michelle Montague, moves up another spot. When she won that fight 2 weeks ago, she debuted at number 14 in the rankings. Now she's up to number 12, so every week she just moves up another fucking spot. So weird how that works. And there you go. Those are the rankings update. As little as the stream wanted me to talk about them because, why can't anything go right when I go live? Good question. But yeah, those are the rankings. Not much to them. Again, Strickland back into pound for pound. Middleweight changes a little bit. This shit stokes some of the dumbest shit possible with the doubling numbers. Zion moves up Amasov into the top 10, which is awesome. Deserved. Dominic Reyes getting punished for being a boring fighter. What else? Macy Barber down to number 7. And Montague moves up again. So there's the abbreviated version of everything I said. And yeah, fine rankings update. Not much I can nitpick, I guess would be the term. And outside the normal issues of every ranking the UFC has, like none of them making fucking sense, fighters who shouldn't be ranked, and inactivity and this and that. But if we look past all the obvious issues with the pound for pound with the rankings in the UFC, yeah, no real big issues here. So pretty simple. And yeah, next week don't expect anything because there's like 2 ranked fights on the card Saturday, so very little will happen. And yeah, there you go. Not really much else to say there. So pretty fine rankings update. Then we go from a rankings update to fight news. As we jump over here, why is this shit running so bad? I'll close this because I don't want shit to keep fucking up, so that can get closed for a minute. And yeah, we left off last week with Gaston Bolanos and Michael Aswell, and that leaves us with 9 fights to talk about tonight. 2 of them for this week. And very interesting speaking of move up, featherweight debut for Ada moving up to 145 to retire Giga Chikadze. Really weird fight on paper, but a good one. Nice win for Vinicius, up a weight class that he should have been out the whole time against an ancient Giga in his last fight if he gets cut or retires. And yeah, very cool fight there. What more can I say? Weird fight to look at on paper, but it's a good one. Then we have for International Fight Week a good one and a predictable one. Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. No, I'm not going to say Yanez or whatever stupid shit they say. Yeah, easy one for Yanez here. Cody did not beat Long Zhao. We can call a spade a spade. He still lost that fight even with every foul in the world. And Yanez beat Ricky Simone. So actually both these guys are coming off robberies. Garbrandt got handed a robbery, and Yanez got robbed because he completely beat Ricky Simone. So good win for Yanez though at IFW there against Cody. And yeah, not much to say there. Then we have the last fight booked before 328 was for Macau, a short notice replacement for Roman Tavares. As now we have Zhu Kanji versus, I forget what is in Marlon. I think his last name's Vera. It's like Diego Vera or something. I don't remember the name exactly, my bad. I know he's Peruvian, I think. Or is he Mexican? One or the other. He's 21, 1-1, I believe, and definitely a step up from Roman Tavares. So see how he does on short notice. Hell of a fucking short notice call, a 21, 1-1 guy. And a much more interesting fight because Kanji was going to beat Roman Tavares pretty easily because Roman Tavares is awful. And now we have a really interesting fight on our hands there. So we'll be seeing that in 2 weeks. Then we had 328, followed by some fight news. First one being for UFC Baku. I'm not even try and say I remember what the debuting guy's name was, but he is from Baku, and he is fighting Eric Nolan. Yeah, poor Nolan. Unless this debuting guy who I think is like 4-0 is just terrible. Yeah, poor Nolan gets fed to the wolves again. So yeah, at least probably fighting someone better than Susarkayev, since that bar is ungodly low. And yeah, that Baku and go too in depth here. Tommy Gant versus Artur Murayev, I think, something like that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So, kind of, maybe an upgrade. Not a 7-0 Ukrainian prospect, a little better than the 36-year-old Trey Ogden. And see what happens there for this week. Then we had some more Baku fights booked, beginning with what people were stupid enough to believe was going to be the main event, but obviously it is not. We have Abus Magomedov versus Michael Olashechuk. Fine fight. Should be an Olashechuk win, because I think we can all agree at this point, if we didn't already, Abus Magomedov is awful. And Olashechuk should win this. Hopefully he looks better than he did against Marc-Andre Barriault. Why did he go 3 tough rounds of him? But yeah, should beat a shitty Abus Magomedov. Then the last fight for UFC Baku at the moment, staying at middleweight. That card has like 10 middleweight fights. Ismail Nurdiev versus Marvin Vettori. Yeah, poor Vettori is taking another L here. Nurdiev is not even that good, but Vettori's gonna do what he's always done lately. He's gonna stand there for 2 rounds and then try in round 3 and lose a 29-28. Not much to say there. Last stance for Marvin. Then the other fight changed for this week. As of right now, with Jeremiah Wells gets a new fight, which is unlikely. We have for light heavyweight, due to Rodolfo Bellato pull out. I guess his pussy hurt because that dude's a bitch. We now have Modestas Bukauskas versus, I forget what your first name is. Christian Edwards. There we go. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So definitely an upgrade from shitty Rodolfo Bellato, that's for sure. Still, it's Modestas Bukauskas, so it sucks. And lastly, another short notice replacement, but this is for, I believe, is it the Bilal or Kyoji card? I don't remember. We have Marcus McGee versus John Yanez. This was meant to be Marcus McGee and Jacob Wicklatz, but Wicklatz, I don't fucking know, sucks so bad he knew he was going to lose and pulled out, my best guess, and Giannis stepped in. So, respect to him. Happy for Giannis getting a big fight that he has no chance in, but he is still a harder fight than Jacob Wicklatz. So, pretty simple and good for him. And good to see Marcus McGee back, who does not like Marcus McGee, so pretty self-explanatory there. And there you go. Again, I know no big fights, but I don't book this shit. Trust me, if I did, we'd be getting better fight news. But yeah, that's our 9 from the last week. And hopefully, knock on some goddamn wood eventually. I think either probably next week we'll get International Fight Week news, whatever that may be, Connor or not. Hopefully not, because no one would care. And yeah, hopefully we get IFW already. And what else do we need? Jeremiah Wells fight news to see if he's staying on this week's card. Do we need anything else? Oh, Bobby Green, I believe, already has another fight. We know Kevin Holland probably has 10 fights booked. So hopefully get some shit. Like, the shit we got here ain't bad. 2 fights for this week. And then Garber and Vinicius are interesting fights. Abus and Olashechuk are fine. Marcus McGee, cool. So, you know, it's stuff, and see what happens. So, that's the news for the week. I don't control it, so don't shoot the messenger, and not much more to say there. So, pretty simple. And then that leads us to our main topic for tonight. that being what we're all here for. We'd rather not be, but we're here anyway. UFC Vegas 117, depression in the apex. Well, that's at least what the poster wants you to think, because they can't buy a goddamn color. Um, yeah, you back in the apex since that Sterling card a few weeks ago. This card might actually be worse on paper. Better main event for sure. 13 fights, a lot of debuts and cancellations. Said the guy, do I even need to rant about the card order again? Trust me, I will, but it's annoying how dumb it is. And, yeah, we're going to break it down for the first time this week. Again, no betting odds, and not give out how I think they're going to win the fight, but I will tell you who I am picking in each fight, and you tell me if I'm right, stupid, or everything in between. And, let's see what the Apex has for us this week. It's shit. Trust me, it's not good. But we've got 13 fights. Maybe it can accidentally be a good card. And last card before a break week, nothing next week, which, oh joy, even though we've been going for like 3 months straight now, so I guess it's fair. And see what the Apex has for us this Saturday night. Beginning with the first fight of the night, again, here's the cancellations. These two got rebooked. No idea what Jeremiah Wells is up to at the moment. Someone said the idea. I like the idea of him stepping in against Jake Matthews for, it's, I think, Macau, right? So, 2 weeks. I like that idea if they do it. So, we'll see if they do it. But what we are doing this week is the 13 fights we have at this moment in time, beginning with a fight that's probably not even the top 3 worst fights on the card, which really says a lot when you really think about it. We have beginning of the night in the strawweight division with just the highest level of OnlyFans and bangers. We have Shauna Bannon versus Nicole Callalari. Oh, boys, I know you're excited, because I'm definitely not. If they were fighting on OnlyFans, I might be excited, but then that you have to have mixed martial arts, I'm not excited, because they're not good at it. Shauna Bannon, we all know why she's in UFC, Irish, hot, and probably more towards, probably both play a factor in that scenario. She's a god-awful fighter, we know that. She has the dumbest fucking striking I've ever seen. She literally will just bounce on one leg and try and teep kick you for 15 minutes. She has no actual striking ability in her hands. Her grappling is not good. She is, 2-2 in UFC? Barely should be 1-3 in my opinion. She got kind of a lucky decision against someone we'll talk about later on this card. And yeah, she's terrible. Still better than Ian Gary, so at least in striking. Jesus Christ, do they teach striking down there outside of Connor? So yeah, Shauna is still better though. So as for the opponent, Nicole Callalari, the other half of this fight, who's somehow 0-2 in the UFC, and when Shauna has 2 wins, make that one make sense. 0-2 in UFC. She actually looked good on Contender Series, but since then she's not looked good, even though you kind of gotta give her a break. She's fought Inesta Karasketa and Carly Judice, so, very okay competition there, but she still doesn't seem that good of a fighter. She might be more well-rounded here, but, that's not saying a lot. Cardio ain't great, her striking is not strong, grappling is okay. She actually did not perform too terribly against Karasketa, got destroyed by Carly Judice, and we'll see what she brings to the table here. So this fight screams a split decision that no one will give a fuck about, and this screams a pick'em on the betting odds, which I would imagine is accurate, but I don't know or care at this moment in time. Who's the pick here? Neither. Next. But, if I gotta make a pick here... Fuck. Bannon has wins, but against Callalari has fought better competition. Bannon has more wins and experience. In the striking, probably Bannon's a bit better. In the grappling, Callalari could probably hold her own. Cardio-wise, neither are that good. Yeah. I still stand by this not even the top 3 worst fight on this card, which says a lot. And I'm going to begin the night with a pick of. Fuck. They're both terrible. They're both so fucking terrible. Uh. Give me Shauna Bannon, I guess. I just feel like she can get the win here, being a tiny bit better. Maybe even get another bullshit decision because the UFC likes her. And yeah, well, I'll guess I'll go Bannon here. Confident? Fuck no. Do I care? Not really. It's in the battle between neither fighter should be in the UFC. They're definitely more made for OnlyFans than actually fighting. And what more can I really say here? So I guess give me Ban to be in the night. That's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I felt when I saw this fight book. Just Ban was the pick here. Neither are good. Again, this just screams a shitty split decision. And see what happened there. So not really much more to say there. I guess I'll go Ban to be in the night, but I'm far from fucking confident. And that's about that. So again, how is that not top? How is that not the worst fight on the card? That's a lot. When the fight above it is actually worse, as we go from the females to the male side of things in our second fight of the night in the flyweight division, the one where they literally grabbed the 2 worst flyweights on the roster and said, "You're fighting." As we have in our second fight of the night, the first male fight of the night in the flyweight division, we have Daniel Barez versus Luis Gurule. You see how Bannon and Cavalari ain't the worst fight on the card when this is worse? Again, they literally grabbed the 2 worst flyweights on the roster and said fight. Why is Gurule still here when he's 0-3 and has literally shown nothing in 7 rounds, 8 rounds of fighting? I don't think he's even won one. It's debatable if he even won on Contender Series. He's awful. He can't take a punch, and he's just not good. Like, not really much I can really add on to there. After the opponent, Daniel Barez, the Spaniard, who needs to make up for Joe Alvarez's dog shit performance last week. He is, I believe, 37 years old and 1-1 in the UFC. 1-2. He lost. Who did he lose to? I know Rafael Filho. I can't remember his fights. Oh, he really should be 0-3 because his win was a robbery against Victor Marjano, I believe. And I cannot remember who he lost. Was it Joshua Van? He lost to someone back for the first time, I believe, a minute. I'm on Perez here. I actually think he's a much better fighter, which should tell you a lot about Gurule. And again, they literally just grabbed the 2 worst flyweights on the roster and said fight. So give me Daniel Barez here. I think he's just better, and Luis Gurule is legitimately awful. He's shown nothing in 3 UFC fights now. Yeah, he's fought better competition than Barez. He fought Ode, Alan Correa, and Jesus Aguilar, guys who would wipe the floor of Barez, but they also wiped the floor of Gurule, so that fucking tell you. And yeah, give me the Spaniard here. Give me Daniel Barez to get the win here. Better fighter. First time I ever said that about Daniel Barez in a fight. And what more can I really say here? It's a worse fight than the Shauna Bannon fight. Yeah, I don't even think it's the worst fight on the card, to be honest. I don't even think I think it's the 3rd worst fight on the card, which should tell you a lot. And what more can I say here? Give me Barez. Someone I've never wanted to pick because he sucks. And yeah, nothing more to say there. And then after that, we head right back to women's strawweight for our 3rd fight of the night. A fight, well, not much better because one fighter is still terrible, but the other one is the best of the 4 strawweights on this card. As we have in our 3rd fight of the night in the strawweight division, our 2nd female fight there, and on the card, we have Alice Ardoyan versus Baliana Viana. Yeah, this is a layup for Alice Ardoyan, if I've ever seen one. Um, that's that's the second time in a row of her fighting outside the layup for Alice Ardoyan, which is still kind of disgusting to the sport, but that's the case here. Poliana Viana, most well known for being hot and being a Vox Pereira. Um, Side of that, she's 4-7 UFC. Hasn't won a fight in 3 years. I think lost 3 in a row. None of her wins are that good. All of her losses are losses. And yeah, UFC's still trying with her. Like, go flying. Well, I know why, but eventually they gotta give up on this Polyana Viana experiment because it is not fucking working. She is shit. Um, so and this is another OnlyFans fight. So take that as you will. For the opponent here, Alice Ardoyan, on a 2-fight winning streak, I believe, that she's somehow turning into a prospect in this division, which says something, I guess. Last 2 wins were Montserrat Sanjeo Ruiz and Ryan Dos Santos, I think. I mean, whatever her fucking name was. So a tiny bit of a step up here against Fiona, but still should be a pretty easy win for Ardoyan, just being the better fighter. And yeah, what more can I really say here? So Viana, is washed outside. Wait, how old is Viana? Is she like 33? She's now 34 pretty much. So about the same age here, but she has more UFC time and more losses. And yeah, give me Ardoyan here. Pretty easy pick. Not much to really say. When Alice Ardoyan's an easy pick, that should tell you a lot. And what more can I say there? So sorry, Polly, but yeah. After this, hopefully no more Shama, and get the fuck out of the UFC. So give me Alice to get the win here. And then after that, we go to our monthly Cody Brundage loss. After we have in our fourth fight of the night in the middleweight division, big step down from where middleweight left off last week. We have Andre Petrosky versus Cody Brundage. Layup for Petrosky. Do I need to explain more? No. Next. Then we go to our fifth fight of the night, the fight that, trust me, I'll rant about a few more times before this week, because why the fuck is this in the middle of the prelims and not on the main card? If not co-maining, we have in the top 10 of women's bantamweight, the only other ranked fight on the card outside of the main event. Again, I'm waiting for an explanation to why this is so low. And don't give the stupid answer I know people are thinking of, because you're a fucking idiot if you say that or think it. We have Ketlin Vieira versus Jacqueline Cavalcante. Again, why is this not the fucking co-main event when it's the only other ranked fight in the card? And you tell me, but I guess they want at least one good fight on the goddamn prelims, because they ain't getting any other ones. I want to talk about Cavalcanti first, because I've been someone to kind of hype her up for a minute, and I still believe everything I've said. I really think she has a ceiling of being the next champ in this division, next kind of ruler of this division. I know most people probably have no idea who the fuck she is, because she's kind of just an Apex prelimer lately, and none of her wins are. She has no finishes in the UFC at the moment. None of her wins are phenomenal. Her best win as of right now, I believe, would probably be Nora Knoll, I believe, right? 5-0 in UFC. So I know it's not very impressive, but she shows the talent. She's really tall, she's kind of like Jermaine Duranamy 2.0, but maybe even a bit better. Haven't really seen much for grappling, but I do think that'd probably be fine enough. Cardio is good, kickboxing is good. Portugal, that's a market they have nothing in at the moment, mainly because they like soccer, not fighting, you would think, but the UFC wants to hit that market. I don't think they have a male fighter from there. I have not seen one in years either, so take that as you will. And I'm high on Cavalcanti. I think she, out of all the current, prospects rising up in that division, Eileen Perez, Jocelyn Edward, Michelle Montague, BMSQ, I think Cavalcanti is the best of them. And if she's in a title fight in another year or so after Kayla and Nunez are gone, I won't be shocked if she's in it. I won't be shocked if she's winning it. I really think she's that good. But we get to see if she is this week, fighting the veteran Kellen Vieta, who beat Norm Dumont last time out but got robbed. And now we see what she has left in the tank at 34, almost 35 years old. Someone I've never been the highest on. I've kind of shit on Vieta most for UFC career because I don't think she's that good. Her career highlight is Irene Aldana knocking her out. That's the only thing I can ever really remember with her. When she robbed Holly Holm during the pandemic. There's something else. Oh yeah, Kayla beat her, and actually she did better against Kayla than anyone else up to this moment. What does that tell you? So I'm not high on Ketlin, but she is a gigantic step up from who Cavalcanti has been fighting, and we see who if Cavalcanti's legit here or she's a fraud. So this should be a good one. I'm very intrigued. Again, should be the co-main because the only other fight with a ranking on the card, let alone is a top 10 fight in set division. But UFC is fucking stupid and WMA deserves better. So, but who will be the better fighter here? I'm gonna keep being the driver of the Cavalcanti train. Give me Jacqueline Cavalcanti here. I think her kickboxing can just be like she does every fight, circle the cage and win. So I'll keep driving this train. I'm the only one on it. So give me Cavalcanti the win. This Vega could just be a smart veteran and win this fight. We'll find out. Or if Cavalcanti's just not that good. But I think she is. I really do. And I'll continue driving the train for who I think could be the next ruler of this division. So give me Jacqueline Cavalcanti here. And again, this fight should be higher on the card, and WMA deserves better. Trust me, I'll rant about this more all week. Don't you worry. And good fight. I guess they wanted one good prelim on the card, so makes sense. Not really. Then we get to our co-main event of the prelims, the first of the two short notice fights on this card changed in the last 24 hours. We have first at lightweight, Tommy Gant versus Artur Minev. Again, obviously this was meant to be Trey Ogden, but he pulled out, and now Artur steps in. And I want to say Arthur really bad, but I gotta say how it's spelled. 7-0 Ukrainian, who actually has a lot of hype. I would imagine he was going to be on the Contender Series if he didn't step in here. And he might be a good signing, from what people are saying. He has a bit of hype here. People are picking him to win this fight from what I've seen, but he's not getting an easy opportunity here. He is fighting the also very hyped up in his own right Tommy Gant from the Contender Series, who looked very good. I believe he's a DC training partner or something like that. Some wrestling bullshit there. And yeah, he's hyped up. So this is a very rare case of undefeated versus undefeated. 11-0 versus 7-0, kind of a Contender Series fight in its own right. And let's see what happens here. So I can't really give the most in-depth of breakdowns here because I've never seen Artur Minev until he stepped in yesterday. I've never seen him actually fight. And I've seen Tommy Gant fight one time and he looked perfectly fine. So this should be an interesting one, man. This really should be. I'm going to stick with who I know, though. I'm going to go Gant here, but we're going to find out if Artur is really all that or not. So should be an intriguing one, very intriguing one here. Definitely an upgrade from Trey Ogden in terms of excitement for this fight. And let's see who's is gonna go. I'm gonna go Gant here to get the win because I actually know who the fuck he is and I've seen him fight once. And but maybe this Archer dude is that good. So we just had a Masov one last week from Ukraine. We have Daniil Danchenko. So Ukraine is not just taking over heavyweight boxing with the best boxer in the world. They also trying to get into the UFC. So see how that plan works for them. And I don't think it's going to work too well here, but give them time. Give me Tommy Gant here to get the win. And good fight. Definitely the second best prelim on the card. And then we end the prelims with the fuck, maybe the second worst fight on them, the lowest level fight on them, I'd probably say. We have in our new featured prelims, thanks to the Jeremiah Wells pullout. We have Tuco Tacos versus Ivan Urslin. Oh boy, I'm not gonna waste your time here because I actually have respect for this sport, and talking about this fight pisses on it. And watching this fight pisses on this sport, but it is what it is. Give me Tuco Tacos. I don't know why he's the underdog here, betting odds wise. This is a layup. Ivan Ursulin's honestly terrible, and Brendan Allen's training partner should easily beat him the same way you beat Junior Taffa. So, garbage. Like, not one silver lining to this fight. They're both horrendous. Kind of what I said. Now, there's worse light heavyweights than Tuco. I don't think there's ones that are Ivan, but what does that tell you? And, yeah, give me Tuco Tacos here pretty easily. That says a lot. And there you go. Those are the prelims, and outside of Cavalcanti and Gant, they are terrible. So, what are we real? I don't blame casuals this week. I wouldn't watch this shit either. Low level garbage. Ardo Yamba, right? But who gives a shit about that? Garbage. These two are good. These are the silver linings of this prelims, and then fucking putrid. So, it's the Apex. You try as little as possible, and they're gonna give you whatever slop they fucking have. And so is the main card better? No. Well, so let's talk about it. Beginning with the new main card opener, which somehow is worse than Jeremiah Wells and Nicholas Dalby. Actually, no, that's a good fight, so I can't even say somehow. A fight just worse than the original opener, and why is it not Cavalcanti moving up? Never will fucking know. We have in our new main card opener, from what I've seen, we have in the welterweight division, Nikolay Vertinikov versus Chaos Williams. Yeah, it sucks. Like I said before, it's kind of sad that you read this fight and don't instantly think it's a layup for Chaos Williams, because it's probably not. Chaos obviously had a lot of hype at one point. He was kind of reminding people of Rumble Johnson at welterweight. Big power, good striker, but man, has he fallen off. We haven't seen him in over a year, from when he lost to Andreas Gustafsson, which hasn't aged well. Who else beat him? Fucking Michel Pereira beat him back in the day. Rolando Bedoya beat him, for being honest. A few others. So he's just not that good. His last one was Carlston Harrison. That was like 2 years ago. And now we see what he can do here as he's getting older and not better, it would seem. So, see what he can do here. Fighting the guy who was not on his level 2 years ago, but might be at this point. Nikolay Vertinikov, coming off that Nico Price win. What is he, 2-3 in the UFC now? 2-3. Other one was Francisco Prado, and this could be his first legitimate win in the UFC. I still believe he should have been cut after that Austin Vanderfort bullshit, but shit happens, I guess. Paul Daly is still not happy about that, and yeah, he's lost. Vertinikov has lost to, who did he lose to? Vanderfort. Looks like a 1FC card, bunch of no names on this card. Chrome, I completely agree with you. The main event's great, and no one's gonna dispute that. The rest of this card is rough. Good luck. I don't blame you if you accidentally wink for your picks this week. Also, what's up, Chrome? But I do got good news for you. This Christian Edwards dude is from Oklahoma. So literally, when you click on him, it'll say Oklahoma. So there you go. I got that to cheer for. So, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. But yeah, got an Oklahoma guy this week. Got no Thunder playing this week, so I got that at least. So maybe you can get on that OKC card real quick. But yeah, back to this main card. I already talked about prelims. I don't think you care where it at in Oklahoma. It doesn't say on Tapology. It just says Oklahoma. You can Google it if you want. I'll tell you right fucking now. I'll tell you right now. I'll Google it right up now. Christian Edwards Front. Well, he trains with Jackson Wink, so maybe he doesn't live in OKC anymore. So, but yeah, just Oklahoma. Like, Yukon, Oklahoma was his hometown, or it's his hometown. So there you go. We'll take from that what you will, I guess. Yukon, Oklahoma. Man, he trains out of Jackson Wink. So there's some. There you got someone to cheer for outside Jacoby Smith. But yeah, for our main card opener here, Nicolay. Who I can't. I'm blanking on who else Nicolay has actually lost to. I know Vanderford, Danny Barlow. Remember that name? He's a bum that can't fight in Yukon. Hey, made to the UFC. He does it. He's 8-4. He's that fucking Bellator guy who got knocked out by that fat big tuna guy, that hyped up prospect. I think he's meant to be there. I think he's meant to be Bellator's John Jones, and then he sucked. So we'll talk about that. So, and now he's gonna lose to Modestas Bukauskas. So what does that tell you? But still, who the fuck was Nicolay's other loss? Barlow, Vanderford, and I can't remember who fucking beat him. Whatever, either way. Yeah, this is a pretty tough fight to open the main card. Garth Brooks from Yukon too. Nice. Fuck, this fight sucks. You know Chaos Williams is washed when you're really debating if he can beat Nikolay Vertenikov. He's definitely not Rumble at welterweight anymore. He's shittier. I'm leaning Vertenikov here. That's fucking sad. I just think he can survive early and beat Chaos. I think he has better cardio, better technique. And if Chaos can't land that kill shot, which Nikolay has a good chin, we haven't really seen him hurt too badly in these fights. I think he can beat Chaos. He's a bigger dude. Been more active lately. I just think Chaos is done. He's not looking like a welterweight Rumble anymore, knocking people out in one punch. He's struggling with tomato cans like Ronaldo Bedoya and shit. So I'm gonna go Vertenikov here. I think not a pick I'm confident. I don't trust either, to be honest. But I just have a weird feeling of Vertenikov. I just can't trust Chaos. I just don't think he's all that anymore. I remember Chaos during the pandemic not ending up to Razak Al-Hassan and all of that. He was good. But since then he's not been, and feeling like Nikolay Vertenikov is a pick here. For right now I'm very 50-50 on it, but you know, you gotta pick someone in this shit show, so maybe the hardest fight to pick on the card, to be honest. Give me Nicolay. I'm not confident, and I might change it, but that's what I'm feeling right now. And yeah, bad fight. One more can I say? If you would have said like Tulsa, Lofton, or Edmore, or any of the areas around where Tiger King and Joe Glock was, they can play Yukon's like California. So you're not gonna pick Edwards this week. I would take it. So again, maybe he you know, he's 8-4, so yeah, you're kind of right. He doesn't look to be that good of a fighter, so you know, he doesn't look to be that great of a fighter with a record like that. So, man, you hate him and Jacoby Smith, and they're both the only Oklahomians. They gotta find someone that for you to like. Yeah, I guess you got OKC to win everything. Maybe he should flop like Shea. Maybe that was in the fight. No one has tried it yet. So. But, yeah, give me Nicolay, I guess. Terrible fight open main card. Might switch the pick. Hope I didn't have to watch it. And, yeah, what more can I say? He grew up beating up nerds. He never went to the south part of the state. Yeah, probably not. Again, he was kind of babied, and he was Bellator's John Jones until he got knocked out by a fucking fat dude. So, what does that tell you? And, At least Jacoby Smith is good. As much as you don't like him, he's really good. There's no disputing that. Christian Edwards, I don't think is gonna be your savior. Plus, you don't have a good history of guys named Christian as of late, because you lost to Tafa and now you're gonna lose to Bukowskis. So, what does that tell you? But that's our next fight, and our second fight of the main card. We go to bantamweight for a very easy fight to predict here. We have Timmy Kwamba versus the long overdue return of Bernardo Sopai. Cheeto and Diego Lopez are training in Oklahoma right now. That's sweet. Fuck yeah. Well, Cheeto's kind of a lost cause, but Diego, hell yeah. That's pretty fucking cool. Hell yeah, man. Maybe Cheeto will be on the OKC card. I think him and Daniel. Did I put him on my card concept for OKC? I think I did. So yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. What's also cool is finally seeing the return of Bernardo Sopai after a year and almost a half away. He last fought on the Islam Moicano card, getting his first UFC win against fucking Ricky Porcios. Before that, he stepped on short notice against Vinicius Oliveira and died, but he's bounced back since, and now we see him back finally here. They're at Oklahoma State training with their wrestle team. Hell yeah. Cheeto needs it. Maybe Cheeto can come out a wrestler next time. Diego, well, I think Diego is good. I think he's just getting some time, and not like he needs it, but still. I think one of the best grapplers in the sport. It's pretty well off, but you know. Yeah, cool to have him there. That's pretty fucking neat. Don't make Baker get on those mats, he'll go crazy. So, but speaking of people who train with people, Bernardo Sopai, Hamza training partner, he's good. I think Sopai is pretty decent, getting a very easy fight here against the terrible Timmy Twilight Kwamba, who is on a 2-fight winning streak, but against bad fighters like Roberto Romero and Chung Ho Lee, he's terrible. He's definitely the fighter I dislike the most on this card. And, yeah, I'm usually picking Sopai here, A, because I think he's actually going to win, and B, because he's going to win. So, I really do not like Timmy Kwamba, so, factor all those things in, and I'm usually going Bernardo Sopai here, so, until we use OSU there. It's where DC went to college. Hell yeah. Yeah, y'all know how to fucking wrestle. That's definitely one thing y'all know how to do. Maybe it's Christian Edwards too comes out wrestling. Show you that fucking Yukon grappling. Now Yukon wrestling, baby. Jacoby Smith has that type of wrestling, so he knows his shit. But so that's mostly what happens. But for our second fight of the main card, I am easily going Bernardo Sopai, better fighter. Go to see him back, legit prospect. Has no wrestling, we're gonna find out. well, again, the Edwards dude does train at Jackson Wink, so he definitely he's training somewhere good. So, but he's just, with an 8-4 record, he doesn't look to be very good, so what does that tell you? But, give me Bernardo Sopai here to get the win. Kwamba's garbage, and I'm happy to see Sopai back, so not really much more to say there. And then the fight we've been talking about for the last couple minutes, thanks to a Rodolfo Bellato pull-up, we now have in the 215 division. I guess neither guy want to make 205. That's rare. We have in our third fight of the main card with Bellato pull-up, we now have an Oklahoma boy in the UFC. We have Modestas Bukowskis versus Christian Edwards. A Lithuanian man versus an Oklahomian man. Who wins? Obviously again, risk was meant to be Rodolfo Bellato, but he somehow got injured and Edwards steps in. Was the only wrestler out of Jackson, Condit, Holmes, Cowboys, who were all strikers. No, Diego could definitely wrestle, but he definitely changed his style. Like, Ultimate Fighter Diego was only a wrestler, but after going to Jackson Wink, he became more of a, and when the CTE kicked in more, he became a striker. Holmes, yeah, Condit, yeah, Cowboy, yeah. Cowboy could grapple a little bit, but he wasn't a good wrestler, and he didn't do it a lot. So yeah, you're right. You right. I'm guessing you're gonna be right here with Christian Edwards as well, who's stepping in for Rodolfo Bellato. 8-4 again. At one point, this dude was one of Bellator's more hyped prospects, meaning to be their John Jones, and then he got knocked out by a fat dude named Big Tuna. So since then, he's been on a downward spiral, but he is getting his UFC opportunity here against Modestus Bukauskas, who is going to beat him, more than likely, for as terrible as Buka is. He should win this fight against a guy who does not look to be a very good fighter. So, give me Bukauskas here. What can you really say here? You think Strickland won right? What's up, Owen? Good to see you, brother. I scored for Hamza, but I don't think it was the worst robbery we've ever seen by any means. So, it was fair. It was definitely fair. And, yeah, I'm happy for Sean, man. Picked him. Happy for him. What more can you say? Also, Jones was a wrestler that they turned more into a striker. Yeah, Young Jones was completely wrestling, but they made him into a top-tier striker, so the camp's good, even though they haven't done shit in 10 years, it would seem. Jackson Wink's a good camp. As you know the name of it for a fucking reason. They ruled the 2010s, so that's a good camp. But Christian Edwards does not look like a good name out of it. I'm going Bukauskas here pretty fucking soundly. He is terrible. Maybe Edwards could get him, but I'm going to pick Buka here. Better record, better experience, fought better guys. What more can I say? So, Modestus Bukauskas here to get the win. And, what more can I say here? After that, we get to our featured fight of the main card. Going back to bantamweight for a fight. That should be pretty fun, even though, maybe it's not the greatest fight on paper. We have our fourth fight of the main card, our featured bout of the main card. Bantamweight, Malcolm Fraudmaker versus Juan Diaz. Pretty easy one for Juan Diaz here, coming off the Contender Series where he landed maybe the knockout of the season. Now we 15-1-1 from Peru. See what he can do here. How is Jackson still afloat? All their cash cows are gone or retired. Yeah, what? Do they have, a new wave of fighters? Because, I can't remember seeing really anyone from Jackson Wink anymore. Outside this Edwards dude. Jones is gone for now. Jones comes back every 3 years. Holly's into boxing now. I can't remember. Actually, I want to look. And this will fuck up my audio a little bit, so bear with me. Albuquerque, New Mexico, outside of Breaking Bad. Jones been left Jackson. Yeah, he built that place and then fucking left. Now he trains wherever. Do they have current guys? Let me thank you. Gail Brando's still fighting. Maybe he can come back to the UFC. John Dotson. They have Steve Garcia. Does he come out of Jackson Wink? There you go, Chrome, your favorite fighter on the White House card. God, all their fighters are so fucking old. They're all Aaron Pico, obviously. Yeah, he's probably the best current one outside of Steve Garcia. So yeah, Pico. I can't believe I forgot about that. Do they have Manolo? That's bullshit. There's no way this dude's allowed in Jackson Wink. Dontel Mays. Yeah, oh god, Dontel Mays. Fucking. Does Hoke come out of Jackson Wink? Does it? Huh. I don't remember seeing Jackson in his corner. Maybe he does, though. Uh, that looks like. So, if this list is correct, so really all they have at the moment is Pico, Garcia, and Hokit. And that's about that. Everyone else is retired. Oh, Gable, duh. They of course got him as well. So they still got a little bit of talent in that camp, but not a lot. And again, like if you look at their top names they have here, they're all retired. Actually, I got Rashad on here since he's one of the most legendary members of that camp. So what does that tell you? And yeah, so they got what Pico, Garcia, Gable, and Josh Hokett apparently from what this fucking thing says. So, what does that tell you? But back to the fight at hand here, that being our featured bout, the main card between Fraudmaker and Juan Diaz. Give me Juan Diaz, the only Diaz that'll probably win this Saturday. Yeah, what am I meant to say here? Malcolm Wellmaker sucks, and Juan Diaz is not shitty Malcolm Wellmaker, so let's say there. And Gable left when he got kicked out for that message. Which one? There's been like 8 of them. Hey, he needs to hide under those rings, man. Come on now. Yeah, give me Juan Diaz here. Hopefully he can look like Jose Ochoa did last week with his fucking striking ability. And yeah, give me Diaz here pretty easily against Fraudmaker. Not much to say there. Then we have our co-main event of the evening that has shockingly not been cancelled yet, even though, oh boy, trust me, I still have my doubts about this guy making it to a fight after having our co-main event. Why is this dude co-maining in 2026? The Korean Glass Bones Do Ho Choi versus Daniel Santos. It's a Duo Choi fight in 2026, and how uncaring. Somehow, everyone pointing out this card, he's the one to stay in it, so what does that tell you? Yeah, what is really meant to be said here? If Choi actually makes it to the fight, when will we really start seeing him be rusty? We've not seen him fight since December of 2024 when he beat up Nate Landwehr. Since then, obviously nothing, and now he comes back here against Daniel Santos, who's coming off a big win against a Korean and Ju Sang-yu. Now going after Duho Choi. I guess he's going to try and get Korean Zombie next out of this, right? If this fight actually happens, it'll be decent, but, you know, it's still Duho Choi in 2026, so take it with a grain of salt. Give me Daniel Santos here pretty soundly. I think we're going to finally see Choi look a bit rusty, or he is rusty and he's just fighting cans like Nate Landwehr and Bill Algeo. And Daniel Santos is good, man. Dude's really good from shoot the box. Yeah, give me Willie Cat Santos here. Choi's old. He has that Cub Swanson fight to live on too. Outside of that, he's kind of just kind of shows why you should not take a bunch of time off. So wasted his career. Still got a great fight out of it, and give me Daniel Santos here. Not much to say there. And then the fight we're all hyped for, because we're the only thing on this card worth being hyped for, our main event of the evening, a great fight in the featherweight division, a 10 out of 10 main event that I am very excited for. Everyone else is, because how could you not be? We have a banger main event that's way too good for the Apex. Arnold Allen versus Melquizael Costa. What a great fight, man. Arnold Allen, gatekeeper of the division. Melquizael, rising up and comer who's phenomenal. See what happens here. Can Arnie play gatekeeper, or can Melky break that gate down? I'm excited, man. I'm gonna go with the new guy. I think Melky's that motherfucker. I really think Melky's that good. I also think Arnold Allen's a bit overrated. And I'm gonna go Melquizael here. Arnold Allen ain't a bad fighter, and if he did come out here and school Melky, it wouldn't be that crazy. I just think he's a bit overrated. I look at him as a featherweight Corey Sandhagen. People hype him up as this great thing, and let's be honest, they're not. They're okay fighters. They're top 15 guys, but like people really still pretended Arnold Allen, Corey Sandhagen could ever win the belt, and it's like, no, the fuck they couldn't. So it's like they're good fighters. Arnold Allen's a top 10 to 15 fighter off heavyweight, no questions asked, but he's never sniffing the belt. He's not good enough. Same thing with Corey Sandhagen. So is Allen good enough to win this fight? For sure. He's a really good fighter, and he did do okay against Gene Silva. But yeah, Jones and Gable fight at a different gym in Albuquerque in 2021. Interesting. So see how that works for Gable and Jones whenever he returns for the 8th time. As for our main event this week, yeah, I just think Arnie kind of, like, he's not old, obviously. He's still a pretty young dude, 32 years old, been in the UFC for fucking ever. I think people know how to beat him now. I think Arnie's kind of been long in the tooth. I think Melky's that motherfucker. Go Melky Zayel here. It was a great main event again, man. There's no one who's not excited for this fight. It's the fight on the card. It's the only thing on this card worth a damn. This could happen last week on pay-per-view, and it would have been great. Instead, we get an empty-ass Apex. But either way, it's great. I'm so excited for this fight. I'm gonna go Melky, man. I think Melky's that dude. I don't think he's a prospect to the level of Kevin Vallejos, because Vallejos is going to be a champion. But Melky's good. His striking is getting really damn good. Back-to-back great knockouts, like with kicks. Obviously, he's from Shootbox. He has great grappling. Cardio, we'll see if he has 5 rounds of cardio if needed. This is going to be a good one, man. Arnold Allen is kind of, was he 0-1-1 in the main event, because that Cater fight was really debatable. As no gym for the Gon and Stipe fights, and they let him get fat and look terrible. So, not really the greatest camp there. So, but I doubt Jones is picking the best teammates. He's probably picking Dontel Mays and Holly Holm, of course. So, is Chandler Jones getting in there and beating people up? Fuck it, might as well. But, yeah, I'm going to go, speaking of legendary camps, give me the Shootbox product here. Give me Melky Zayel to get the win here in the main event as the underdog, which is understandable, but shouldn't be too big of an underdog because he's good. And so is Arnie. This is a great fight. What am I really meant to say here? Lando trains there. He fucking clearly didn't train hard enough going off his last fight. So maybe he should train a bit better and harder. And, yeah, what more can I really say there? So, give me Melky Zayel in this main event. Great main event. 10 out of 10 main event. And the only thing on this card really worth a damn. So, I'm excited. And give me the prospect. I think he's legit. Give me Melky Zayel Costa to beat and upset Arnold Gatekeeper Allen to end what's probably going to be a terrible night in the Apex. There you go. Those are me picks. To go over them one more time. Sean O'Bannon, Daniel Barrez, Alif Ardolian, Andre Petrosky, Jacqueline Cavalcanti, Tommy Gant, Tuco Tacos, Nikolay Vertinikov, maybe, Bernardo Sopai, Modest Bukowskis, Juan Diaz, Daniel Santos, and Melky Zayel Costa. Bang. Who's lock of the night? I wish I could fucking tell you. I have no idea. Probably Petrosky, I'd imagine. But even then, yeah, it's Petrosky, ain't it? Ooh. And, yeah, it's a shit card. What more can I really say there? It's a bad card. Like, again, the main event's phenomenal. I don't think anyone really can dispute that, because you'd be a fucking idiot, too. But after that, what do you really got? Duho Choi co-main in 2026. Juan Diaz and Wellmaker's okay. Cavalcanti's too low on the card. No one cares about Bukowskis or Chaos Williams anymore. Sopai is cool, but he's not the most well-known. The prelims are fucking atrocious. Like, Tommy Gant is cool. Besides that, what? Fucking... What? what are we really meant to be excited for here? And that's about that. So, isn't on paper it's a bad card, which means for some reason it's gonna be a great card, and see what happens. So I'm intrigued in the main event, at least not anything else on this card, but see what happens. We'll see if anyone else decides to pull a hammy and pull out this goddamn card. And what more can I say there? So see if they get Jeremiah Wells a new fight in the coming days, and see if everyone else can stay on this goddamn card. Um, with that being said, not really much more to be said there, and yeah, I don't have high hopes for this card. So see if those hopes are warranted or disrespectful to a card that somehow becomes good. The main event's going to be good. And that's the one thing for sure, that the main event's going to be phenomenal, because it's a phenomenal fight between good fighters. But outside of that, yeah, I'm not expecting much here, and I'm guessing we're not going to get much here, so can it be as okay as the Sterling card? We will see. And yeah, what more can I say there? So that's about that. That's my breakdown to begin the week. We'll go over this again on Friday when we put picks in and all that, depending on who's even still on this fucking card come Friday. And yeah, that's about that. So not really much more to say there. And boom, boom, boom. And there you go, an hour and 11 minutes later, we hit all our main talking points, that being the ranking of the UFC, the fight news of the last week, and the card this week. If you want to hear that, you can ask about it or go back in the stream and find it. And yeah, not really much more to expand on there. Hit all our main talking points. That's about that. So I'll obviously go a couple more minutes if anyone hops in wants to yap about anything. Cool. Have no issue extending stream for that reason. But if not, then we are going to be getting out of here on this fine, way too hot Tuesday night as we head into Wednesday tomorrow. So of course, hope everyone's week has started off good, Monday and Tuesday at least, and we'll see what Wednesday brings us. Fight news, maybe, doubt it. And yeah, so I'll have some shorts out tomorrow, which will be cool. And yeah, what more can I really say there outside of that? So pretty self-explanatory. I think tomorrow's the first day of any NBA on in like 2 months. So Spurs won tonight to take the lead in the series. They're done playing with the Timberwolves, and yeah, tomorrow kind of a sportsless day. No NBA, and obviously no UFC or anything crazy like that. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll be back Friday live and all that, and that'll be about that. So unless anyone hops in here at the last minute, shout out to everyone who's in chat tonight. Chrome, the legend, Owen for a quick comment. Shout to you. And Dave, Big 3 there, shout to y'all. And yeah, what more can I really say there? It's a fun little yap on Tuesday night. Obviously not as good as our views have been the last couple nights. I think we had 300 plus view nights in a row. Thank God for Sean Strickland in that regard. And hopefully we'll get back to that this week, but it seems unlikely, so that being said, not very much else to be said here outside of. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am. It's Apex Week. It's dreadful, but I will make it through it. Hopefully it's better than expected. And see what happens. That being said, the only thing left to say now is, as always, RX out. Good vibes. Only